Friday morning, just a couple of days away from the Super Bowl. I would imagine I'm talking to some football fans this morning, and you're preparing for the big game. Well, I want you to prepare for Main Place Christian Fellowship's big game. That's on Sunday as well at 9 and 11. What we're going to be doing this Sunday is passing off to you a box of food. A box of food that you are to give to somebody that's hungry. Somebody that's maybe unemployed, somebody that's a single parent, a senior citizen, anybody that you know that can use this box of food. We want you to take it and use it. Share the gospel if you get the opportunity. If you don't get the opportunity to do it, make sure that you have an opportunity to go back and help these people that maybe are hurting at this particular time. So this Sunday, 9 and 11, Pastor Chris is going to teach us from the Beatitudes. We're going to have boxes of food. We're just going to have a great time in the Lord. And then we're going to spend some time with our families. And I was thinking about my family this week, and I wanted to share with you from James. James chapter 2, starting in the first verse, it says, "My brethren, do not hold your faith in our glorious Lord Jesus Christ with an attitude of personal favoritism." It's pretty easy to pick out favorites in our family, isn't it? James goes on to say, if a man comes into your assembly with a gold ring, and another man comes in that is poor and in dirty clothes, and you show some partiality, you're committing a sin and need to be treated as a transgressor. So he takes a strong position against showing partiality. Now, I don't know how it is for you, but my grandkids are always asking me who I love the most. Who do I love the most? In other words, they want to know who's my favorite. Is it Hannah because she was the first grandchild? Is it Carter because he likes to travel with me? Is it Cooper because he gives the best hugs? Is it Brady because he likes to teach me? Is it Micah because she manipulates me? Is it Ty because he always asks for me? Now, Jones warned me ever since the first grandchild not to show partiality, but it's easier said than done. A couple of boys were registering for children's church, and the teacher wanted to know their birth dates and their ages. Maybe you can figure out this story from the question, but she wanted to know so that she could put them in the proper class. And so one of the boys said, "We're both 7. I was born on April 8th, and my brother was born on April 20th. Well, the teacher said, boys, that's not possible. And the other boy said, oh yeah, it is. One of us is adopted. Well, still not sure, the teacher asked, which one? And the two boys looked at each other and began to smile and said, we don't know. We asked our dad, but he said he doesn't remember. As adopted sons of God, he doesn't show partiality to his children. We all fully share in the inheritance of his Son, Jesus Christ. And so I pray you'd fully share with each and every one in your family this Super Bowl weekend, the week to come, the next weekend, that you would do those kinds of things. And it's easier said than done, especially at work. Maybe it's at home. Maybe it's in your neighborhood. Maybe it's at school. Do not show partiality. That's my little message for you today. Hopefully it's helpful. The following Sunday, I'm going to share the State of the Church address. I do this every year, and this year's title for the State of the Church address is Liar, Liar, the Church is Not on Fire. It's from Revelations chapter 3 if you want to read ahead, but I'm going to talk about jobs. I'm going to talk about health care. I'm going to talk about the economy. I'm going to talk about education, all those things that are very, very important to us. And hopefully you'll bring your friends out to hear the State of the Church address on February 13th at 9 and 11 in the morning. The men's breakfast is on the 19th this month. The 19th of February at 8 o'clock in our fellowship hall. I've invited the hitchhiker to come and speak to the men. This is a man that hitchhikes around the United States from one city to the next, sharing the gospel with whoever picks him up. An exciting ministry that he has. I know men are going to want to hear what he does. And so men, be there on the 19th at 8 o'clock in the morning. I also just returned from Mexico. I shared with you that our churches in Mexico are doing well. We commissioned 2 men to co-pastor in Tijuana, Ivan and Jesus. They're doing a good job. We packed out the service that day. They were standing by the windows looking in, up the stairways. It was a great time to be in Tijuana. Our church in Rocky Point, which George Cuevas pastors, is meeting in his home, where they have 2 services now, 20 people in each service, and are looking for some space. We have an opportunity to buy 2 big lots down there, but it requires $8,000. Doesn't sound like much for property, but it's more money than what we have. And so we're praying that somebody would provide that $8,000. From Tijuana, we went over to Tecate, not too far away, where we're planning on starting another church over there with some friends that go to the Nazarene Church and possibly some help from San Clemente Presbyterian Church, and then Danny Nunez that has a church just south of the city. So we look forward to starting another church in 2011, and we want you to be a part of that. A lot of things are going on at Main Place Christian Fellowship as we move into this new year, and we want you to be a part of them. You'll see in your worship guide that I'd like to start a church to homeless veterans, but we need a leader. I'd like to find somebody to take over the dinner that we do on Wednesday night and lead a group of people to make that fellowship just even more than what it is. Horacio Garcia has been named the new manager of the thrift store. He's looking for volunteers to come in and especially help with clothes and some other things that we do there. So there's lots of opportunities for service. Pastor Don needs more people to work in the jail ministry with him. Children's ministry always needs help. I know that we're still void in a couple of spots, so if you can help us out there, we would really appreciate it as we grow our church in Orange, around Orange County, all the way down into Mexico. Be a part of what happens at Main Place Christian Fellowship. Hope to see you Sunday. May God bless you and keep you.